大家好，我叫 Cecile，我是在台南的法文助教，我们是同事。
我们今天的主题会是教育，想请问一下 Cecile，你觉得教育在法国是怎么样？
In France, the main goal of education make sure that people become fully functioning adults. Necessarily to give knowledge to children, but to give them skills. So to make sure that they're actually able to use things they will need later. So it's not necessarily about just knowledge. Knowledge is important because, of course, to live in society you need a lot of knowledge, but that's not the goal. The goal is just to make sure that the children can become great citizen and that can just take a part of society. That's a goal. Say an example in France is l'école maternelle. The purpose of that is to make sure they are able to have some mobility. So they can actually use their hands properly to make sure they have adequate oral skills, they are able to talk properly. The purpose of that is also to develop social skills, which is important.
Yes, it's really important.
Most teachers I know to make sure they can actually use what they learn.
What do you think Taiwan's education style is?
I've not been here for very long. The idea is Taiwanese students goes to school and they learn as much as they possibly can. They have a lot of books, they do a lot of written exercise. School is you learn so you can graduate, so you can have your exam, and that's it.
And find a job?
And yeah, but that's the idea that you learn basically because you have a really practical goal. Taiwanese class, the students sit down and the teacher talks and the student writes and then
yes.
it's done and you have your next class.
In Taiwan, that's called 被动式教学.
So basically it's the teachers have all the knowledge.
Yes.
And the students are just supposed to say okay to that and learn everything. They are in junior high, they are in high school, they just have to go to class, learn everything by heart, write everything, listen to the teacher, and that's it.
Okay, so there's a difference between these two countries.
I think maybe the biggest difference is in France, it's not to see if you have knowledge. Is to see if you are able to use it and if you are able to use it properly and to be able to show that you are able to give a lot of argument. French people, because they like to be upset about a lot of things, do not always agree with this decision. So of course you need your knowledge because if you don't have knowledge you have nothing to talk about.
Yes.
But the idea is, are you able to
Solve this problem.
Yeah, a reasoning, are you able to give arguments to answer a question? Yeah, I think that's one of the main difference. In French you really want to be able to take your student and just, when he gets out of your class, he's able to do the thing he's supposed to do by himself completely. In Taiwan, because they have to just listen to the teacher and just, they're not as much as practical skills, and also just not as much as, they're not really that invested by themselves in their studies. I mean, they do a lot of efforts, that's not the question, it's just they really don't have a say in whatever they do. They can't make choices. I think that's the main difference, is they can't make choices. It's almost like nobody cares about what they think, how they think. are they actually able to do or after university with a lot of students that just don't know what to do with their lives, that are a bit lost. Taiwanese education style is a little bit strict and rigid, and French education style otherwise can be a little hazardous and go in everywhere. You don't know exactly what you're doing and confusing.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.